everyone, I want to show you something I wrote on the Chrome Music Lab so that it will show you some qualities about the composition and what you can do on the song maker. So maybe there are some interesting things about this as you listen, but it gets pretty tiring as you listen to it over and over again. And this is not a very good example of how a good and catchy melody would be. Okay, so it's hard to listen to the pitch and it's very difficult to get the melody stuck in your head. Therefore, one of the key success to writing a good song writing is to have a catchy melody. And when you have all these clusters playing together at the same time, the notes will be playing. It's just like you are banging all the notes on the piano at the same time. And it's very hard for the listener to pull out the important sound that can match in the head. Compared to the first example, you can sort of still remember the tune dum da da dum dum. Okay, the tune will be somehow be catchy and be stuck in your head for a while. So I'm going to show you this slide here. Okay, here are some tips to make the song a catchy melody. Okay, 3 simple tips. First, keep it simple. Second, use patterns. And third, use steps and skips. So you'll be familiar with the term musical motif when we did our advertising jingle activity on SLS and as well in class in term 1. So songwriting also uses this. It's somewhat like a musical pattern. Okay? And during the songwriting process, you also need a hook. A musical hook is like a catchy tune that reminds you of the song. So let's have a listen to this popular song, Shape of You. Using the steps that we've mentioned just now, keep it simple, using simple patterns, and using simple steps and skips. So actually, it starts off with the note Re, and then it Re, Fa, Re, and it repeats again, and it repeats again. So you see, this Re, Fa, Re, it repeats itself a few times. Re, Fa, Re, Re, Fa, Re, Re, Fa, Re, and you end with Mi, Re, Do. And then they repeat and Ed Sheeran will repeat this musical hook again. Re, Fa, Re, Re, Fa, Re, Re, Fa, I'm gonna play it out and let you listen to it. Okay, so it's something like this. So therefore, when we write our song, going back to our previous lesson whereby I told you to choose one of the three given chord progression, right? Okay, let's say we are going to use the second chord progression, A minor, F, C, G. So second chord progression, A minor, F, C, and G. Okay, so I'm going to put in the bass note, the first note of each chord. So C, D, E, F, G, A. Okay, four. So 4 A's, and then the next chord will be F. So C, D, E, F, 2, 3, 4. The next one will be C chord. So C, and the last chord will be G. So C, D, E, F, G. Okay, so let's have a listen to how the chord progression sound like with just the first note of each chord. Now I'm going to keep this relatively simple and repeated. This is because our brain will register it at the back of our heads, and then we will focus more on the melody instead. Okay, so I've just added the bass note for each chord. Now I'm going to add the fifth note. A, B, C, D, E. So it's the fifth note. So I'm going to go to E. 1, A, C, D, E. Okay. I'm going to overlap together with the A note. The next chord, F, we are going to put in the fifth note as well. So let's count F, G, A, B, C. So the fifth note for F chord is C. So we can put C here. It's the same. We may not need to put it up here as well. Okay, so the next chord is your C chord. So your C chord, let's count what is the fifth note. C, D, E, F, G. So I'm going to put G on top of each C note. Okay, and then the last chord we have is a G chord. Let's count what is the fifth note. G, A, B, C, D. So the fifth note is a D. So you can put D here. Okay. Actually, you can put D on top as well. Remember the first video I showed you in its root position? But I also told you that for chords, you can put them in various inversions. So it really doesn't matter. For me, I just want to keep everything here neatly. Okay, and the chords are played in their chord progression, but in different chord inversions, right? So let's have a listen to this chord progression now that we have added the fifth note in each chord. Okay, first note and fifth note. Okay, so remember just now I mentioned I want to keep the chord progression and the percussions relatively simple and repeated so that we don't focus too much on the chord progression. We will focus more on the melody instead, and our brain will register the melody more. Okay, so again, the tips to make the song a catchy melody: 3 points. Simple, keep it simple. 2, use patterns. And number 3, use small steps or small skips.